to the release of Batman v Superman was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The idea of Batman and Superman facing off together on the big screen is something fans had dreamed of for ages, so you can imagine the levels of excitement around the internet when we were building up towards the film's final release. From constant leaks to fake rumors, let's take a look at the insane build-up towards Batman v Superman. But before that, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future. In June of 2013, we'd learned that Zack Snyder and David Goyer were hired to write a Man of Steel sequel. By July at San Diego Comic-Con, we'd learned some more information about the film. At Comic-Con, Snyder would announce that Man of Steel 2 was indeed in development, with Henry Cavill returning. However, he'd also announce that Batman would be in the film. Snyder would then state that the movie would take primary inspiration from The Dark Knight Returns, meaning that the film would see the two heroes fight rather than team up like in a world's finest film.
Although I hope they make them fight, because honestly Superman would murder Batman. It should be known.
Now, when I heard the news, my head just exploded, because this is something that has not been done before with these two iconic superheroes from DC.
At the event, there was also rumblings that a teaser was shown at the panel.
Because I'm gonna take a leg turn from you, because some shit's gonna happen up here.
And luckily this footage would leak onto the internet pretty quickly. In the footage, Zack Snyder would bring on Harry Lennox, who would read out a quote from The Dark Knight Returns. Footage would then play right after, showing the Superman logo engulfed by a large Batman logo. The announcement of Batman being present in Man of Steel 2 sparked widespread fancasts on who should play Batman in the film, like Jon Hamm. However, the one fancast that became very widespread during this era was Scott Adkins. This fancast was started by the YouTube channel Future Gohan SSJ2, who created a YouTube video in which they campaigned for Scott Adkins to play Batman, highlighting all his qualities and why they were perfect for the role. The campaign sparked a multitude of different fan arts, fan posters, a petition, and a mention in a newspaper. This would serve as one of the earliest examples of a massive fan campaign for a specific casting. By early August, Batman casting reports would begin to surface. We'd learned that Batman in the movie was going to be an older veteran in his late 30s to early 40s, and that Snyder was aiming for a tone similar to The Dark Knight Returns. Many actors were supposedly in contention for the part, including Josh Brolin, Joe Manganiello, Ryan Gosling, and many others. However, by late August, we knew for sure who would play the role.
I look on this thing, I look down the first comment, it's like, Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman. The first one just goes,
By August 22nd, Ben Affleck would be announced as Batman in a newsletter by DC, and Zack Snyder stated that Affleck would be an older, wiser version of the character.
Hey, fucking Ben Ass-Flack. Ass-Flick. A flick from your fucking ass. Like a chunk of fucking shit.
As you all know, the announcement of Ben Affleck as Batman was very poorly received at the time. Affleck at this point was more known for his bad roles than his good ones, leading many to think that he was terrible for the part.
So let me explain.
Get out!
By this time as well, a rumor would release stating that Bryan Cranston had already been cast as Lex Luthor and would serve a Nick Fury-like role within the DCU's larger story.
Frightened of things that could happen. Might happen, might not happen. Finding myself awake at 3 in the morning. I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it.
The casting of Ben Affleck and supposedly Bryan Cranston would inform many fan trailers you'd see during this time. Lex Luthor in many fan trailers was portrayed as this man who had a distrust of Superman because of the Black Zero event and sought to take him down. Surprisingly, a lot of fan trailers completely nailed the visual aesthetic of Batman v Superman, especially when it came to the visuals of Batman. In September, Justin Bieber would post this on Instagram, an image of himself with the hashtag Robin. This led many people to believe that Warner Brothers was trying to get Justin Bieber to play Robin in the movie, a move that infuriated many people at the time.
Maybe it's just a rumor. Maybe it's not true. But what the fuck is he doing with the fucking copy of the script then? Why did they give him a copy of the fucking script of the movie? What, they just wanted his fucking opinion?
However, it wasn't long until people realized this was a joke. By November of 2013, a rumor would emerge that Nightwing would be in the movie, and a shortlist for the role included Ezra Miller, Ken Bagley, and Adam Driver. By December of 2013, after months of rumors about Wonder Woman appearing in Batman v Superman, this would finally be confirmed when Gal Gadot was announced as the character. There was a weird rumor that Wonder Woman in the film was actually reimagined to be an ancient Kryptonian that had been on Earth for centuries, but this would be quickly debunked. At the beginning of January 2014, we'd received news from Hollywood Reporter that Batman v Superman had been pushed back to 2016. A bummer for sure, but luckily we'd received major news pretty quickly after this. That same month, Jesse Eisenberg and Jeremy Irons would be confirmed as Lex Luthor and Alfred. Jeremy Irons was a great pick as Alfred, no doubt, but many felt that Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was a strange choice. He seemed to lack the gravitas to play the role, and most were disappointed that they didn't go for actors like Bryan Cranston. When Batman v Superman began filming in early May of 2014, we'd received the official name for the project, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, a name which received mixed responses, as many felt that the subtitle made no sense, as it implied that justice did not exist in the DC universe before the film. This came a year after several rumored names for the film circulated the internet from Warner Brothers domain names. There were titles like Man of Steel Black of Night, Man of Steel Battle the Night, and Man of Steel Shadow of the Night. On May 12th of 2014, Zack Snyder would post on Twitter an image of a strange vehicle covered in a tarp. Many fans knew immediately that this was the Batmobile, meaning that Snyder would officially reveal the look by the next day. However, this would be spoiled hours before Snyder's post. On May 13th of 2014, the prop company Blue Realm Studio would post this strange image of what appeared like a vehicle. Some suspected it was the early model of the potential Batmobile from the film, as it had a similar shape, but no one was really sure if it was real. However, it would be confirmed as legitimate come a few hours later when Zack Snyder would post the first official image of Ben Affleck as Batman, not only revealing the Batsuit, which harkened back to his Dark Knight Returns look, but also the Batmobile, which seemed a lot more militaristic. Luckily, we'd get another look at the Batmobile pretty quickly after this, as a few days later, on May 15th of 2014, an image of the Batmobile within a vehicle shop would leak onto Twitter. So clearly, based on leaks, you can tell just how much hype was being generated for the project. Another leak for Batman v Superman would appear in late May. This photo would appear on Facebook, which appears to be an image of a Superman statue. The original user stated that this was sent to them by their friend who worked on the set of the movie, though it remained to be seen if this was actually real. Around June of 2014, there would be rumors that Warner Brothers were planning on showcasing a teaser trailer for Batman v Superman and perhaps reveal the Wonder Woman suit at the event as well. So if you wanted to see anything from the film, this was the place to be. Of course, a teaser was indeed shown. However, the trailer never made much rounds outside the convention, as Warner Brothers did a good job deleting any videos of the teaser that emerged. Luckily, by October and November, new videos would hit the web showing how the teaser looked like. The footage showed Batman activating the bat signal as Superman emerges within the light. In the same month, a photo of what appeared to be a giant Superman statue would emerge, placed in front of a green screen in a park-like environment. This photo would prove that the earlier statue leak was indeed real after all. Around July of 2014, what appears to be a leaked trailer for Batman v Superman began circulating. The trailer showed Batman watching Zod's message before turning at the camera. This leak was believable to some. However, most realized it was fake pretty quickly, especially considering that Batman looked too similar to Christian Bale. This leak was created by the channel Going Nowhere show, who you may know as the creators of the Age of Ultron Spider-Man leak.
Hey! Release the shot! I said release the shot!
In July as well, a rumor began circulating that Doomsday would appear as the villain in the movie. This would be strange to many people, considering that Doomsday kills Superman in the comics, which suggests that potentially Superman might die in the film. By July 13th, an extra on the set of the movie would reveal details about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. First of all, he had all his hair in the film, and his personality was strange. By July 26th of 2014, an official photo of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman would be released online, revealing her costume and the fact that she would wield a sword in the film. An image of Ben Affleck's Batman would also be released, giving us a closer look at his cowl. If you wanted a better look at it, you were in luck, as the cowl would be displayed at San Diego Comic-Con for anyone to see. By this point, we had a good idea on what the Trinity for the film would look like, especially Superman, whose photo was revealed several days prior. In August of 2014, an extra working on the set of Batman v Superman would reveal many plot details they witnessed. First of all, they would state that LexCorp acquired the body of Zod and Kryptonite, but also that a scene was filmed featuring Batman stealing that kryptonite from the company. Another plot detail would be revealed by a different source, who claims that Bruce would be around his 50s and that Batman was still an urban legend in Gotham City. There was also a strange description of a tattered Robin costume, but there was no context for what this could mean. As filming continued for Batman v Superman, we'd continue to get many set photos. There was a fan photo which confirmed that Lex Luthor still had hair in the film. We'd also get a shot of LexCorp headquarters and a chopper revealing what the logo would look like. In September of 2014, the Instagram user Shiva_honey would post a set video of the Batmobile chasing what appeared to be another vehicle, but there was no context for what was going on here. Around the same time, Zack Snyder would post a joke image of a stormtrooper being arrested for stealing the Batmobile, which was a part of an ongoing series of jokes with J.J. Abrams. Nothing too major happened from October to December 2014, but there were some casting rumors that would emerge during this time, but nothing too major to get excited about. Well, until the supposed rumor that Carrie Kelly was cast in the film, played by actress Jenna Malone, but this rumor was never confirmed. By February 19th of 2015, Zack Snyder would tweet out a photo of Jason Momoa's Aquaman, who looked very different from the traditional depictions of the character. This post had the words "Unite the Seven" on it, which was clearly meant to hint at the Justice League movie that was in development at this time. On April 15th of 2015, it would be announced by Zack Snyder that the official Batman v Superman teaser trailer would be played in a special IMAX event set for April 20th. Space for the screening was limited, so fans had to quickly reserve tickets for it. However, these plans would be derailed pretty quickly as the trailer would leak a day later. Nobody knows the source of this initial leak. It was posted by a burner account on YouTube featuring Portuguese subtitles, so perhaps somehow someone working on translations for the trailer decided to post it for everyone to see. Based on what we saw, Superman perhaps at some point turns evil, creating a fanatical group and causing many people to start hating him. Batman also has a very large presence in the trailer. We not only get to see his costume on film for the first time, but also see him in action, appearing to blow up some criminals. okay? Many fans were ecstatic on what was shown in the trailer, but many were also upset by the trailer leaking, as many were looking forward to the event on the 20th. The leaked trailer unfortunately forced Zack Snyder to release the official one early on April 17th, providing a much higher quality trailer. However, the IMAX event would still move forward, but would feature some additional scenes not seen in the leaks. For the fans that attended the IMAX event, they described the trailer as being basically identical to the one released online, except for the end, which shows Batman and Superman running at each other before cutting to black. Luckily for us, there were people who leaked this IMAX event, so we have a good idea on what this scene looked like.
So that's awesome. But I would ask you please to not record it. All right, let's check it.
From July leading up to early 2016, we'd continue to receive trailers for Batman v Superman. For those who were actively keeping up with the movie, you would know the hype at this point was through the roof. Every trailer was edited in such a way to generate as much excitement as possible, revealing new lore details, fantastic looking action scenes, and a story that seemed very compelling at the time. Each trailer, however, also featured a scene that sparked a lot of controversy, such as a shot of Batman seemingly killing a group of criminals, revealing the fact that he would be a murderer in the film. There was also the reveal of Wonder Woman and the confirmation after dozens of rumors that Doomsday was indeed in the movie, a reveal that was very mixed. From here on out, we'd continue to get marketing material for the film, and some were very inventive, such as the Turkish Airlines commercials about Gotham and Metropolis. Quality of the movie aside, the marketing and build-up was very effective in the end, as Batman v Superman nearly grossed $1 billion. Hey, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And hey, as you noticed, I've opened channel memberships, and if you yourself are a member, like the users Crimson Shifter, Chainsaw Max, and the 3Ms, you likely saw this video a day or two early. If you want to get in on that benefit and some others, consider becoming a member of the channel. Anyways, I'll see you next time.